My name is Antonio Scarponi. I'm an Italian architect living in Zurich, where I have an office called Conceptual Devices. I've always been interested in architecture. Sometimes I think it's the only thing I could do. When I was a child as well, for me it was always been the combination between artistic practice and the real world, somehow, as a way of combining these two elements. And as an architect, sometimes I describe myself as architect and designer that move away from the industry of buildings and making things into the industry that changes these industries. This is how I'd like sometimes to portray myself this way. And tonight I will make a small reflection on the heritage of the metabolist on my practice, reflecting even subconsciously how important they have been in my way of thinking. Even though, to be honest, before being here, I never really looked into it, but it really allowed me to reflect on really the impact of my everyday practice as a cultural, architectural influence that had worldwide on aspects that nowadays sometimes we give for granted. So we'll make a small introduction, and then I will go through a selection of projects which, in my opinion, have a strong relation to the metabolist tradition and heritage. Tomorrow I will propose to do a workshop building a one-to-one microarchitecture, as I like to see. We will build a fragment of an architecture, or an architecture that it has not been built yet, but the idea of using design as a fragment of a bigger whole. In the specific case, it's the construction involving the public in the construction of an armchair, which in my opinion is the smallest form of architecture. But in this specific case, architecture as the minimum form of a community. So the armchair as a minimum element that composes a community. The idea that we build several of these, and we will assemble them in different ways to reflect how architecture is also about taking care of the body, of resolving the most essential human or almost animal needs, eating, sleeping, working, and reproduction, also the erotism part as well. So this is I would like to take the audience with me in making these elements and reflecting upon these aspects, making an object that it can be built with bare hands, something extremely simple that reflects on the essentiality of dwelling, on an aspect that you can allows you to reflect on the bigger industry, using the industry as the whole chain of distribution of materials as an infrastructure in a metabolist way.